right, well, the next match on the Dynamite program was your favorite tag team, your new favorite team, Lio Rush and Dante Martin, took on the Acclaimed.
They are my new favorite team. You're right.
Well, thankfully you saw them before this match. I liked Caster's rap when he said, Leo, you're better off as a manager. Apparently, Max Caster's listening to the program here. I mean, this match is proof of the need for small territories and or training programs like OVW, or I'm not saying the Performance Center because that was too fast food but I'm talking about all of these guys. Well, Lio Rush is along, but Dante Martin and both members of the Acclaimed have so much potential and they got talent, but there's no place for them to go to have matches in front of a few people and not be seen on national television or not be seen on worldwide internet or whatever, because it's no fault of their own. Dante Martin's 20 years old and he's an amazing physical specimen. He can do the leaping and etc. But these guys, they're just green. And then when they try to do all the acrobatics, because when they each are known for their acrobatics and then they get in the ring with somebody else that's known for their acrobatics, and all of a sudden, the first minute of this match was the closest thing I've seen in 20 years to the Mexican Minis. And then they can do that stuff fairly well. You can't keep track of it, but they can do that stuff better than they can do the simple shit. Remember, I've talked about the guys these days, they just, when you try to get on top of them and punch them or get heat on them, they just cover up in a ball and put their hands over their head and don't open up for you. That not opening up for a guy used to get you fucking punched in the fucking face. In one of the Acclaimed, I think it was Caster, I'm trying to remember, but he got on top of Dante Martin and he was trying to, in the mount, and he's trying to punch him, right? And Dante Martin is covering up with his left arm to the point where the Acclaimed member can't throw a good-looking punch to anything. It looks like it's making contact. So the Acclaimed guy grabbed Dante Martin's left arm and put it under his knee and kneeled on the guy's arm to try to hold it down so he could throw a punch without getting blocked. And then the other partner comes in and tries to do the same thing, and Dante Martin does the same thing. So that Acclaimed member just punched Dante Martin's bicep over and over. And they have no basics. They go out and they set up moves and spots, but they don't know how to start from point A and get to point B or a lineal progression in the match. They just wander around. They've all got potential, but they're not ready for national TV unless you have an intensive training program for a guy like Dante Martin, and he's in that all the time, and he drops out of it once a week to be on TV in a concerted push only involving him with opponents that are veterans that can lead him and get the most out of him. This is just guys having basically a training school practice match on national TV. Not anything against these guys, but they're not ready for it, especially on a program with the talent we're seeing now. Maybe a year and a half ago, they fit right in. But now they've got major talent on this program, and it's not fair to these guys. Yes, I know you want to get them over. Best way you get Dante Martin over is by hiding him for 2 years and finding a veteran that was motivated and interested in doing something like that kind of had an in-ring style that would be complementary to something that Dante could do, and say, hey, I'll give you $200,000 a year and I'll set you up with a ring and a barn. Train this fucking guy. He's going to be a superstar. That'd be the best thing you could do to Dante for the next, and then he'll be 22 years old. Imagine that. What'd you think?
You and I don't see eye to eye on this match. I loved it. I thought it was great. I really liked Lio and Dante together. In terms of just athleticism, I think Dante Martin may be the most impressive guy in the industry. in terms of the things he could do in the air.
Well, now, hold on, Cowboy.
The things he could do in the air.
He's very impressive. Yes, he is. Now, the most impressive person in the whole industry.
When it comes to that high-flying stuff. When it comes to that high-flying stuff.
Well, whatever happened to Mark Quinn? Is he in federal witness protection?
Mark Quinn was able to jump really high up, which Dante seems to be able to do also.
Yeah, Dante has a little more grace to him, maybe, at some of these things.
It's almost like he floats on air. It's almost like he floats on air at times. I think Leo, look, other than his size, and I know you'll never get past that, and I can't blame you, but I also think he's in an environment where there are enough guys close to his size that you could do something. But even when he's in there with bigger guys, and Bowens and Caster are both bigger than him, he's so unique in the way he works. I love his promos. I like his presence. I think he gives off a great star quality. It's just the size, but when you watch him work, and he doesn't wrestle, he's not like Matt Jackson. You know, he's not wrestling like a road warrior. He's wrestling like a little guy who needs to find ways to use his speed and size to get around guys to be able to do things in a match.
Ducking and dodging, floating like a butterfly,
and I like that.
Stinging like a bee.
And I like that. And, you know,
did I include Leo Rush in with the other three guys when I just said all those things?
No, you asked my opinion of the match. You asked my opinion of the match, I thought. The Acclaimed, I like the raps. And I think Max Caster usually has at least one or two clever lines. Hopefully a line that won't make the audience cringe and cancel him, but usually it's a clever line or two. Bowen seems exciting. Excited, I should say, not exciting, but excited.
Well, both, either.
Yeah. I like this, though. And again, it's not perfect, and the Acclaimed are really green. And I don't think Max Caster's a young guy, but they're really green. And I think Dante and Leo have something, and I know they weren't what you would like, but I thought even some of, dare I use the word hot tag, even some of those hot tags they did were different. Like the one where Dante jumped on both guys' back to do a big dive, and again, it looked graceful. He got air, and you could feel it to make the tag, and the people popped.
Remember when, I think it was Jelly Nutella, tried to come off the turnbuckle and walk across a guy's back to do something. He put one foot on the guy and just fell on his face.
Exactly.
Shit like that. Yeah. I mean, you know, again, the level of professionalism and talent is coming up, but I don't want guys this young to be pigeonholed because they're a little awkward and they got big feet right now. Anyway. But having said that, after the match, Team Taz was out there to find out about the contract offer that they enlightened Leo on, that since he was off last week, wherever he was at, they'd made a contract offer to Dante. And Leo doesn't look too happy about this, as would anybody be. And Team Taz is saying that they'll be patient. We're businessmen. Take your time. Think about it, Dante. Hey, look what we've done for Powerhouse Hobbs. And I was like, yeah, he hadn't been on TV in 3 months. Hobbs is ready to go.
It's the 1-year anniversary of Hobbs and Team Taz.
But there you go. It's so, again, Hobbs, they've got guys that you don't see that are ready to go and ready to be pushed and ready to be ball players. And Hobbs is green, but because he doesn't do the Cirque du Soleil style of wrestling, he's just a big, badass, smash mouth, power slamming, spine buster and fucking guy. His green doesn't show as badly, and you can do something there. So, but he's never on TV, but Team Taz has done a lot for him. So hopefully, if Dante signs, then he'll be off TV, like I just said he should be for a while, till he gets older.
By the way, I'll take that. I'll take Team Taz feuding with Dante and Leo. Ricky Starks against Dante and Leo. Hobbs in there. If let's see how Leo works against a guy the size of Hobbs. I'd be interested in seeing that. And Taz on the mic doing promos and Leo doing promos and Hook standing there.
I was about to say, what about Hook?
Hook's the greatest character who doesn't do anything in the history of wrestling. I always think of Punk saying, send Hook.
You know what would be the greatest long-term storytelling in wrestling? If AEW lasts for 40 years, in 40 years from now on a TV show, there is fucking 61-year-old Hook still standing, has never said or done anything. That would be long-term storytelling.